Hi, my name is Tori Ross Sullivan.
Hi, I'm Ken Sullivan.
Hi, I'm Roman Ross Sullivan. I was diagnosed with B-cell all acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Where'd my other glove go? Probably in the car.
So we found out that Roman had all, basically by his football coaches. He was at football practice and they had noticed that he was getting a little winded. He had taken a hit and it took him a little bit to recover. So after practice, they were talking to Roman's grandfather and they had asked if he had asthma, and he's like, no. So he said, the coaches had said, well, maybe have him looked at. It's not mandatory at this time that he needed a doctor's note or to see anybody, but for their own peace of mind, if he needed like a inhaler for like exercise-induced asthma, they wanted to make sure that he had that. And so that was told to us on a Saturday. So on Tuesday, Roman's birthday is in October, and so this had happened in September. And so we just kind of expedited his well child, and I had called the doctor. We made an appointment for Tuesday. The doctor that had seen him, she had never seen him before. His pediatrician wasn't in. And so after kind of going through the symptoms, she had prescribed him an inhaler, and then she had asked if he had ever had any blood work done, and he hadn't. And so she's like, for my own peace of mind, since I don't know him, I kind of want to have a baseline. And so she asked if we can do blood work, and so we did. And then we went home. Then Wednesday morning, we got a call from the hospital, and they had said they wanted Roman to come in and see his doctor that afternoon. About 40 minutes later, his actual pediatrician had called and said that he wanted us to stop by and get labs drawn before his appointment, just because they were looking a little wonky on his end. So we stopped and we got his labs done. We went to the appointment, and during this appointment, the doctor had stated, like, you know, he's a little anemic. That could be one thing. He could be hemophiliac. And then he ended with, you know, another thing I'm going to do is send his blood work to pathology, because there could be a chance that he has cancer. There was hard nights. I mean, to hear that your perfect 10-year-old, you know, goes from playing football to all of a sudden we're kind of isolated, and finding out that like he had no immunity and all these different things. It was crazy because as a country kid, he spends his summers outside here in the country with no other kids really. Had the coaches not suggested that we bring him in, that it was just like that, you know, beginning of the school year sickness, and then by time symptoms would have kind of arose, we would have been into flu season and just chalked it up to being in the flu. So we hold the football coaches very dear in our hearts. So currently Roman is on block 2 of blinatumomab, and it is a 24-hour, 28-day slow drip chemo backpack. So Roman has to wear it all day, every day for 28 days. He did his first block in February, and now he is on this block. And then he will be on this until May 28th. And then on June 6th, he has another lumbar puncture, and that is where they go into the spine, they remove some fluid, they put some chemo into the spinal fluid, just to ensure that cancer cells aren't breaking that barrier. And then he will start delayed intensification, and that is an 8 to 12 week protocol treatment. It is the toughest phase of treatment, and so the doctors have already told us to expect delays because we've seen delays in his prior treatments. So what that means is, like, if he is not count dependent, if his ANC, which is his ability to fight infection, is too low, they can't continue with treatment that week. If his white blood counts and hemoglobin and platelets are too low, he can't go. So there's 3 areas that they focus on, And if one of those three aren't in a healthy and safe zone, then he can't continue. But while he's on his blend backpack, his counts stay pretty steady. So, again, with kind of researching and finding out what INDY was, knowing that it stands for I'm Not Done Yet, it made me really think about Roman's Dakota name. So we are Native American, our background is, and when Roman was about 3 or 4, the elders of our family had given him the Dakota name, His Life is Ahead of Him. And it was very difficult to find out that Roman was diagnosed with cancer, and I kind of questioned, like, what does this mean? And then I just had to focus on like my own upbringing, my own culture, and learning to just kind of be in the moment. And I realized that like Roman's life is ahead of him. Like he is going to beat this. And when I think about INDY and him being an INDY warrior, kind of using that and like focusing on his name of, you know, his life is ahead of him and I'm not done yet. To me, that's what being an INDY warrior is just those little like godsends that, you know, put things in your like life and in your way. You just have to be open to see them. And I think, you know, knowing that he's fighting, he's in remission, he still has a journey to go, but he's doing it.
Rita? Good boy.
So who is that right there?
My dog Windsor. Come here! And I got him a month and a half ago because I've always wanted a German Shepherd, and I had the money for him. And I got to spend the day with him when me and my sister went to the shelter because she works there. And he just wanted to play, and that's when I knew he was gonna be coming home. Sit down.